Hi, welcome to MMA UK with Danny Brough Show, episode number 6. I'm joined with Jack Cartwright. We talk about his last fight, what's coming up to the future, how he's dealing with lockdown, and he don't mince his words, so I hope you enjoy the show. Cheers.
Both of us.
Hi, welcome to the Danny Brough Show. It's episode number 6. I'm joined with Jack Cartwright, Cage Warriors Bantamweight champion. Jack, how's it going, mate? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. I'm all good. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Could do with a bit like you. Could do with a trip to the hairdressers, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, same here. Same here.
You're going to be growing yours out now, or what?
Well, I don't have a choice, do I? I don't have a choice. Like I say, one of the fighters at the gym's my barber, so I could get him to come over and cut my hair, but I'm just gonna leave it and look like a hobo for a while, I think.
Not worth the risk.
Nah, not worth it, is it?
No. How are you finding it, mate? Obviously, you're a proper active guy anyway, I imagine, being a fighter. How are you finding being secluded and locked in?
It's just what it is, isn't it? Like I'll train in the mornings down at SVG, and then I'll train up at mine in the evenings at Saw Rogers MMA. So I'll normally coach. Like even if I don't train in the morning, like say just coming off a fight, I'll have a few weeks off. I'll just be able to go up and train from like 6 till 9 at night time and coach through the day and get my privates in and all that sort of stuff. But I can't do any of that now. So it's just I'm just sat at home doing nothing. Obviously, I'm used to being able to go to the gym and grab hold of someone and roll with somebody or rip pads or hold pads or coach, anything like that. But it's all out the window in it at the minute. So yeah, nothing to do. Just grin and bear it. That's it.
Are you trying to keep yourself motivated, or are you kind of just thinking, you know what, take a bit of chill time? You fought not long ago anyway, so...
Yeah. Like you said, I fought not long ago. I'm always active anyway. I just take the dog out. You know what I mean? Just take the dog out on a walk. That's all I've been doing, really. Like my leg were pretty chewed up after that fight, to be honest. So I've just took I needed a week or two off anyway, just so all the niggles were sorted. My hands always get a bit sore, so just give them a bit of a rest. And yeah, I'll just be doing the same stuff as everyone else. Go for a run here and there, do some bodyweight exercises here and there. And then otherwise, just get a bit fat, get a bit out of shape. And then when all this is blown over, get back in the gym full time and put the work in. Yeah.
Not planning on moving up a weight as soon as you get out, are you?
Oh, no. If they give me a title shot, I would do. I'd fight for the featherweight belt. If they give me that, I'd jump straight up. But nah, I'll fight. I'll stay at bantamweight. I wanna get signed to the UFC at the end of the day. I want that. So unless they give me some a good name fighter at 135, or they offered me a good fight at 145, then I want that UFC call. That's what I want.
Yeah, I can't really blame you, to be honest. I think obviously first time you've gone the distance, and it being 5 rounds, must have got you a bit more confident in general for just going through that.
Yeah, it did. It did make me more confident in. I never doubted my gas tank or anything, so it frustrated me. It frustrated the life out of me. I'm not gonna lie. It did. It frustrated me more than anything. Like I'd feel like I want to get in the gym now just to have a scrap with somebody and just to let my hands go and do everything like that. But he just went into survival mode, I think. Like looking back on after the fight, I was really critical of myself, and now looking back on it, I think to myself, he was just really, really, really negative. Like after I hurt him, he was really negative, and then it was a case for him of just surviving. The first word he said after the fight was, "Oh, you didn't knock me out." That's like person to person. That was the first thing he said to me. You know what I mean? Like the fight was over. He looked at me, smiled, and was like, "Oh, you didn't knock me out." And I was like, "That's not a victory." You know what I mean? That's not a victory for him. I'd have punched you from pillar to post for 5 rounds, but it is what it is. It's a learning lesson. There's things that I could have done, and there's little things here and there that I could have adjusted that would have made it a shorter night's work than what it was. But it is what it is. You've got to win ugly sometimes, and if that's the ugliest I'm ever going to win, then I'm happy with that because it was a dominant performance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But a win's a win. I'd rather look bad winning than look good losing. Do you know what I mean? But I looked all right when I won anyway. I caught him with some good shots. I dropped him and I dominated the fight really. So can't really ask for more than that.
Yeah, it's clear cut. I think one of the judges actually scored a couple of rounds to him from memory, which I don't know what that came from.
Listen, madness. Like, if you want to give him 1 round, if you wanted to give him 1 round of that fight, okay. Like, you can't do much about it. But I've watched it a couple of times back, and he didn't win a round. He didn't win a round. You know what I mean? There's no point in that fight where he won a round.
Yeah.
It is. Some of the things looking back, and it looked a bit closer than it was, but not in one part of that fight, like in the grappling exchanges I'm talking about. Because in the stand-up, he had absolutely nothing except for a couple of leg kicks. But he was just hovering up, pulled tight, not wanting to get it with any big shots and throwing a kick in every now and again. And then if I countered it with a shot, he'd try and cut the back of my head, fall to his back, and then he'd throw up an armbar attempt, which literally not one was even half close. And the triangle, not one were half close. I trained with like Clocky, who was on that card, who will submit you with, if he gets a sniff of a triangle, you're dead, you're submitted. And so from training with people like him, I'm never in danger unless it's over and it's done. I never feel in danger. I'm at home in those situations. It's easy for me.
Yeah, you've got quite a few submissions yourself, haven't you? I think actually done some homework on this, mate. I don't know how to do any homework. Got 4 subs, 3 TKOs, 4 subs, a DAS, rear naked choke, guillotine.
Yeah,
didn't say the other one.
There's a variation. The other one, right? The other one was like, do you know, like, what's the position called? Is it Kezakatami? Is that what the position's called? Where it's like a front headlock. Where it's like a headlock on the ground. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, like a guillotine, but not.
Like, say if you're pinning somebody and you've got the head and the arm trapped and you're going, you know what I mean?
Just squeeze for the life of you.
I pushed his arm that way and then trapped it with my legs. It was quite a cool one, actually. Quite a good one. It was like a key lock with my legs.
Right. Yeah. That's why they've not put a name to it then.
Yeah. There you go. It's like an old school submission, an old school like catch wrestling submission that I got him in. But yeah, 4 submissions and then 3 knockouts and the decision. So I can do it all.
2 in the same night.
And 2 knockouts on the same night as well. Yeah, so
that must have been an experience for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was good. Obviously, that's done and dusted now. I want to move on and just go and take people out and do loads of new things. But everyone keeps talking about that. But honestly, it is what it is. There were 2 good fighters that I fought, and I think that the reason that I caught them both early is because they were both 2 good, hungry fighters. Do you know what I mean? They was both gonna come to take me out and gonna come to like throw the hands and come to win. And that's when I'll shine. When you put me against somebody who's gonna have that full confidence in himself and come to win, I tend to look better then because them exchanges happen more often. And the more often them exchanges happen, the more chances there are for a finish. And I'm a finisher, you know what I mean? And I'm hard to finish. I'll scrap and I'm really good in scrambles. So the more scrambles that get created, the more successful I'll be. So yeah, the higher the levels, the more I'm going to win and the better I'm going to look at it.
Yeah, I think, like I say, we might have been a bit too overconfident with you, which might have shown in the last fight. He wasn't confident, so you're going to be coming up against a whole range of them now. Obviously, they're going to have a bit more material to watch you back as well.
Yeah, exactly. But I've not shown like 90% of my capabilities. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, people say that all the time. People say that, but I've not shown anything. And people who think that they've got even a sniff of my potential are just they don't know what's coming. Do you know what I mean? I can do it all. I can strike any style of striking. You know what I mean? I go into the gym some days and my goal will just be to punch with straight shots, and I'll go in another time and it'll be to put my kicks on the end of my shots or wrestle all day or get it into the clinch. Anything. Do you know what I mean? I can fight any style. So I'm looking forward to going in there with people who can try and push me back and people who can try and wrestle me and hold me down and all different styles, man. I can't wait to go in there and just test my skills against the best guys because it's going to bring the best out of me, and when it brings the best out of me, I'll go far in the sport. So all I want is the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? That's all I need.
Yeah. Anybody been knocking on the door yet? Any glimpse from anyone? Or best not to say.
Nah, not just yet. No. Obviously, everyone knows what I want. I want to go into the UFC. I want to get signed to the UFC. That's where the best fighters in the world are at the end of the day, and that's where I believe I should be. But obviously, with all this that's going on, all this nonsense, they're kind of putting things on the back burner, aren't they? I'm guessing, obviously. Do you know what I mean? There's more important things in the world than signing a guy signing me. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing once all this is blown over and they start running the events again and they start doing stuff like that, then I'm guessing I'm going to hear something. Whether it's we're going to sign you and this is what it is, or whether it's nothing and then it's a case of right, I've got to go back to Cage Warriors now and beat somebody else. Then that's what I'll do. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fighter at the end of the day. I don't call the shots, but I'll do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? If they want to put another guy in front of me, I want a good, credible guy. You know what I mean? I don't want a guy who they bring over and everyone's like, oh, Jack will win and Jack will knock him out in the first round and blah 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 blah. Give me a guy. You know what I mean? Give me any guy. I don't care. Give me a top fighter. Give me the best guy that they can find. Giving me. You know what I mean? And that's what I want. You know what I mean? I want to fight the best guys. I want to beat the best guys. And that's what's going to get me to the UFC. You know what I mean? That's what's going to. And then when I'm in the UFC, I want the best guys then, because that's what's going to get me into the top 10, to the top 5. Bring the show back to Manchester. Bring the UFC to Manchester. That's all.
Sounds good to me, mate.
That's what I want. You know what I mean? If you put me in them high pressurized situations, and I'll come out on top. You know what I mean? Hook or by crook, I'll come out on top. Trust me. Where
do you think that comes from? That fire? Tell you, you're getting giddy just talking about it. Where do you think that's come from? You always had it as a kid, like.
Yeah, I've always been that way, man. I've always been confident in myself, and I've always just known what I wanted to do. Like, I see people and they go to a job and they're earning good money and it's a secure environment and they're worried about what the boss is going to say and blah blah. It looks like I have a lot of energy. And I recognised that when I was about 5 or 6 years old. You know what I mean? I literally you know what I mean? A regular life ain't for me. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. I grew up loving like martial arts films. I grew up loving boxing and wrestling and just everything. That's always what I wanted to do. So. Yeah, we're growing up watching Ricky Hatton at the MEN Arena fighting Kosciuszko, and it's like, that's me. You know what I mean? That's one day, that's me. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be doing that, and I will do. Do you know what I mean? I will be doing that. Like, I've done it on a small, like a big scale in Cage Warriors, but from where my eyes are looking, that's a small scale. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm looking at things 2-3 years down the line. It's the UFC that's in Manchester, and I'm main eventing that. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is, and hopefully this Dublin card, that's the start for me. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. I want to get on that and prove that I belong there. And like I said, it doesn't matter who. It can be a guy who's just debuting same as me, or it can be a top ranked guy. You know what I mean? I'm not bothered if a top ranked guy falls out and you need someone who's local to fly over there and do the job. Give me a ring and I'll be jumping straight over there, man. You know what I mean? I'm ready for anything.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned Ricky Hatton there. His gym's only 10 minutes from here. Have you managed to do any work with him?
Nah, I've never done anything with. I've never actually formally met him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been to his fights and I've been to like some of his shows that he's done when I was a bit younger, but I've never actually like met him. Like I heard blah blah blah. Like I've
seen any of his comedy stuff.
Yeah,
comedy stand up. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. He's good. He's a funny guy, and he's one of the lads. And you know what I mean? So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, I mean, I was a massive fan. Growing up. I loved it. Do you know what I mean? I was gutted when he lost to Mayweather. I was gutted when he lost to Pacquiao. Same as everyone, man. Do you know what I mean? Everyone who's a fight fan loves Ricky Hatton. So, you just grew up wanting that, don't you? You grew up wanting them nights. You grew up wanting that like support and wanting that night. Do you know what I mean? Wanting them nights to go out there. You're nervous. All your mates and your boys are nervous. For your family, your wife, your girlfriend. Everyone's just like pressurized that one situation, that one day. You get like 4 days a year where everything comes down to that minute, and one of you's going to lose. You know what I mean? 2 guys are going in there, and one of you's going to lose. So I love that. You know what I mean? Throw me in there. You hate it, but you love it at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like that anxiety before you get on an airplane. You know what I mean? You think, well, I'm terrified of airplanes. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm getting on there. It's like, I know it's taking me to holiday, but you've got to get on the horrible plane ride to get there. You know what I mean? And it's like winning the fight's the best feeling in the world. But all the lead up to it, it's like making weight. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm dehydrated. I'm overtrained. I'm this and that and the other. And then you get in there and it's another day. You know what I mean? It's just another fight. It's another day at the office, man. You know what I mean? It's the same as every single sparring session you've just been doing. It's the same as everything else. But I grew up doing it, so it's kind of like that's the norm for me. That fight's just gone this last week. That's like a couple of weeks ago. And now it's in my head. It's like, when's the next one? When's the next one? When's the next one? And it's like you're empty. You know what I mean? You've no target. You know what I mean? Coming up, and I want that. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for all this. Like it's a big deal that's going on in the world, but for me, it's secondary. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as this is gone, boom. Do you know what I mean? Where's my next one? Do you know what I mean? Is it Cage Warriors again? Is it the UFC? Just let me know, and I'm training for that. I'm ready.
Who do you think Cage Warriors would get for you?
I don't have the slightest clue. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't know. The people are saying Adam Wilson. He's getting tagged in everything. And he's a good fighter at the end of the day. He's a good fighter, but he's 5-0. I think he's 5-0. If he's not, then he's around that. You know what I mean? And he's got one good win in his last fight. Nice win. You know what I mean? It was a cool like back take into a rear naked.
Yeah, it was smart, that, wasn't
it? Yeah, man, it was good.
I don't think he even knew how he did it. It just happened, didn't it?
I think he gifted it him, man. I think Scott gifted it him. Like he went for that inside trip, and then he just hopped on his back, boom, strangled him, done and dusted. And he's a snatchy grappler like that. He's like you sleep on him, you mess around, he snatches that sub up. But like I say, I think that's his only decent win. I think Scott's the only guy he's beat with a positive record. Anyway, do you know what I mean? So I don't get anything from that. Speaking honestly, do you know what I mean? I don't get anything from that. But I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't really matter to me. If they want to give me him, I'll smack his head in. You know what I mean? I will paste him. You know what I mean? All them people that are like joking around, like blah blah blah, tagging him in stuff. It's like. They can't be his friends, man. They can't be his friends because he's going to get a good hiding if they give him. But there's him. There's obviously people like Josh Reed and that who float around at the top of the thing. They're good fighters, but kind of like that tournament, for instance, Marco just ground him out for a fingers and I just dusted Marco quick. You know what I mean? And I know it doesn't work like that. Like MMA math doesn't work like that, but I did the same to Scott Malone and Scott beat him. You know what I mean? And he's had a mixed record at the top. So I don't know what they're going to do with people like that because there were a couple of those guys at the top. And I respect them. You know what I mean? I respect them. The tough guys, the good fighters. They've been around for a while, but I don't know. There's them. Who else is there? Like I say, I'm not too sure who else there is. I know who there is actually. Cameron Else. That's who they was asking me about. It was him and he was fucking shit. You know what I mean? If they want, I've seen him chatting some nonsense about.
I think he was chatting some shit about you, wasn't he, at the tournament?
Yeah, exactly. I seen him say something about me, and oh my god, I seen him get sparked out about 4 fights ago by a guy who's a bantamweight. You know what I mean? I see he spat his wad in the first round and then got battered in second. He's never beat anybody outside the first round. I can say that now because I've beat someone outside. But do you know what I mean? Like, he's crap. He beat Paddy Pimblett when Paddy was about 13. He beat, I don't know who else he beat. His last guy he beat was his best win. He beat, who were it now? Aiden something he beat a couple of fights ago. Maybe his last one. And that was a good win. And that's his only good win. You know what I mean? Other than that, he's the shit fighter with a loud mouth. And if he wants knocking out, then come see me. And if he wants it at the gym, come see me at the gym. I'll do you. And if you want to come, if you get signed up at Cage Warriors, and they end up putting that fight together because I don't get signed to the UFC, I'll happily spark him out as well because he's crap. So there you go.
So there you go. In a nutshell, done, dusted. Next.
Yeah, man. That's my thought on him in specific. Yeah. Like typically, yeah. If he's got anything more to say, then come see me.
Do you do much visualization? Like, obviously, you really want to do UFC and that. Do you do a lot of visualization, like in your own personal space?
Well, I don't like set away 5 minutes of my time to do it, but there's not a night that goes by where I'm going to sleep and I'm not imagining like knocking the next guy I fight unconscious. Do you know what I mean? There's not a minute that goes by where I'm sat there I'm eating my tea, whatever I'm doing, and that isn't coming through my head. Anything like that isn't going through my head. Like, what would I do if this, and what would I do if that, and if this happens, I'll do this, and if this happens, I'll do that, and I'm going to do this to this guy or this to that guy. If I fought this guy, I'd do this. Just constant. I think that's the way that fighters are. I imagine so anyway, because that's the way I've always been. Like growing up, wrestling, boxing, doing MMA, anything. As soon as it's Jack, you're fighting this guy this day, I'll go, no worries. And then literally every single night before sleep, it's like I'm just imagining walking out, fighting, doing it, winning. Walking out, fighting, doing it, boom, just over and over and over again until it's all done. Yeah, that's it. Just constant. Like I say, it's not like a 5-minute thing. It's 24/7 running through your head like OCD. Just everything never stops.
What about losing? If you come to terms with it, I suppose it is inevitable. You can say it's not inevitable. There's people out there with completely clean sheet, but it's MMA. Have you thought about that much?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. And anyone who says you don't is a liar. Do you know what I mean? Anyone who says you don't, you're a liar, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone does. Do you know? Like I say, you get the pressure of everything on you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what if I do this? Like, you think to yourself, I've done it before. I remember in one of my fights, and I was amateur, and I was warming up, and I was just thinking to myself, like, my hands aren't working. Like, it was just running through my head. I was looking at my hands, and I was looking at my team, and I was like, they're not working. I was like, they're just not working. And it's like, I'd be hitting the pads, and everyone would be like, oh yeah, you look nice, like you're looking sharp. I'd be like, hitting on the pads and that, saying that I look sharp and that, and I'd be thinking to myself, do I look sharp? Do I? Because I feel. Do you know what I mean? That I'm thinking to myself, I felt like I had no energy in my arms, and then I went out, and then I ended up winning by a chalk, and I remember having the chalk on and chalking him, and just thinking like, I've no energy. I've no energy in my arms at all.
Oh.
And then I look back on the video and I'm squeezing the fucking life out of him. Do you know what I mean? And it looks like I have a lot of energy. And it's just, like I think it's all just a mental thing. Like it's like you say, you're thinking about losing, you're thinking about this and you're thinking about that. None of it matters at the end of the day. None of that shit matters at all.
It's like, going to happen, isn't it?
It's going to happen. Like, it's inevitable. I always say it's like you're in the queue. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're in the line now. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's no getting out. It's like you're going up on a scurry ride, or you're going and doing whatever you're doing.
Big one at Blackpool.
Yeah. Like, you're in the queue now. Like, if you get out of the queue, everyone's seeing you. You're walking past everyone else getting out of the queue. It's like, no matter what you're doing, every step forward, you're just getting closer and closer to the front and closer to the front. And eventually, you're going to be sat on it, and you're going to be doing it, and it's done. Before you even realise it's happening, it's over. So just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Just enjoy that whole process. You know what I mean? Just get it done because it's happening. Because you're going to do it. It's what you get up every morning for. You know what I mean? You get up every morning and go and train in a room full of killers whose goal is to take you out and laugh at you afterwards. You know what I mean? I do that every day. You know what I mean? I've got a group of guys at night who come and just try and take me out and try and submit me and do this and that to me. And it's like, why should I be second guessing myself when I work this hard? Do you know what I mean? I work too hard to be negative. You know what I mean? So I've just got to. That's the way that you've got to be. You know what I mean? You've got to accept that everything's a possibility, but it is for the other guy too. Like the other guy's got to deal with that. Like you both weigh in, and then you see each other the next day, and you think he looks big. Do you know what I mean? But he's looking at you thinking he looks big. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's your mind. Your mind will play tricks on you. It's that fight or flight. Like your mind's the clever thing in your body. So that's going to be saying, shit, do you know what I mean? Like, should we be getting off? Should we be running? Should we be fighting? And then your body and like the real you, that's going to be like, no, you know, you got to stand your ground. You go, boom, push yourself forward, because you know when you put yourself in them uncertain situations, your body knows how to respond. You know what I mean? Your body knows what to do because you do it every day. You know what I mean? That's why you do it.
Do certain body types put you off at all? Because I don't think any of your recent ones have, but I remember one at FCC, the guy looks huge, man. His muscles like are just going to burst out of him, out of his neck.
That was amateur.
Yeah. Does stuff like that put you off?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No, it didn't put me off. That one didn't put me off, though. That kind of riled me up, because I just thought you were steadhead.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but I'll let you say
man, you see it. Yeah, of course. I just thought I'm going to paste him. I'm going to do him in. But one thing that he had, right, I'll tell you what he had. he had a tattoo, on the back of his neck. He had a tattoo on the back of his neck. Clearly his date of birth, because it was like 1970 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like 1970 or whatever it was. And I remember thinking, like, because he was like 38. You know what I mean? He was like 37, 38. And I think I was like 18. You know what I mean? He was like 20 years older than me. He was old enough to be my dad. So that kind of made me, like, that kind of crossed my mind. But then obviously I was thinking, wait a minute, like, I'm like 18. This guy's like 38 or however old he was. I was like, he ain't beating me. You know what I mean? Like, if he was ever going to be anything, he was going to be it 20 years ago. Like, he ain't beating me, this guy. No, like you said about body types, nah, nothing bothers me. You know what I mean? Like I say, if he's tall and skinny, then he ain't going to take a shot. He ain't going to take my shot. You know what I mean? His head's going to be up in the air. I'm going to punch it. If he's small and stocky, I'm quite lanky for the range, and I hit hard for a skinny guy. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm happy to fight a small guy as well. I'll just believe, like I was saying before about my skills. I can box. You know what I mean? I can box, man, and I can box on the back foot, not get touched and ping people. So when the time comes, you know what I mean? I'd love to fight a small, you know what I mean? A small, powerful knockout puncher. That's easy money for me. I'd be so happy with that. But up until I meet the guy who's confident enough to stand his ground and throw bombs with me, I'll just keep hunting people down and making them fight as best as I can do. So body types, nah, none of them really mind. I like a big muscly guy. I like you said, though, I'm
going to say that as a snapshot.
Yeah, man. No context.
No context.
That's what I like to fight anyway. I like to fight because they get tired easy. Do you know what I mean? They sit there and think that they're hard, think that they're big, and the muscles will win them fights. Gas them out, boom, then they stick it on them from there. But any body type will do me. Do you know what I mean? Just a good fighter. That's all I want. Do you know what I mean? A good fighter, big heart, who wants to win. And then they run into trouble then. You know what I mean? So that's what I like. That's my favourite.
Who's your main sparring partner at SBG? Or do you not really get coupled up? Is it more just a bit of everyone?
My main sparring partners for this camp were Martin Stapleton, Stephen Hooper, Clocky T, Antonio Sheldon, and Davy Grant.
Nice.
So they was my main guys. So I'd be rotating through them, rotating through them guys. So lightweights are my main training partners. And it's over, and I'm forgetting people. Do you know what I mean? CTE. So I'll be forgetting plenty of people, man.
Don't be saying that, man.
I'm joking. I've never get headed.
I was gonna say you've never even been knocked out, have you?
Nah. I've never been dropped or anything. I've got a good brain. Do you know what I mean? Well, hopefully. Anyway, it's hanging on. It's hanging on by a thread. Nah, I'm only joking. But I've got like I say, all them training partners down there. So I've got big, strong guys, and I've got like Davey, who's my weight, world level, tough as nails. Yeah, so I've got everything I possibly need at that gym. You know what I mean? Like they've done everything for me down there. So I've got all the different type training partners that I could possibly want. Like Saul Rogers, I grew up training with him, and I get my rounds in with him as well. There's loads of guys, man. I could list off a good 10 guys who give me good rounds, who are top level. So I'm more than prepared for anything, really. I get all the looks that I need from the guys down there.
Now, are you with your nutrition? Is it something you just naturally do, or do you hate it?
I just get on with it, man. I don't have a nutritionist or anything. I could probably be doing with one, to be honest, because I'm growing. I'm 25, but I can feel myself growing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. My weight goes up, and my body stays pretty lean. Do you know what I mean? Even though I'm getting a bit heavier. So it is something that I probably need to look into. But I've cut the first time I cut weight, I was 10 years old. You know what I mean? So right. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how my body reacts. I've been weight cutting a long time. So it is what it is, man. I make the weight. Like I come home, I eat food, the same food that my missus eats. We all eat the same stuff. Do you know what I mean? We eat clean, we eat healthy, but I'll snack. Do you know what I mean? And then the closer it gets to the fights, the less and less I snack. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like a month out, I won't be eating no chocolate or anything like that. Or if I do, it'll be obviously in a much smaller quantity to what I'd eat like 8 or 9 weeks out, whereas I'll just dust anything.
No, but what about drinking? You want to be a drinker?
Alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not a massive drinker, mate. I'll have a drink. Do you know what I mean? If it's my mate's birthday or something, I'll go out and I'll have a drink. Or if we go to a meal, I'll go out and I'll have a few drinks. But I'm not a massive drinker, mate. I'll drink.
Yeah, I'm like that.
On occasions, I'll drink, mate. But I'm not massively into it. Not massively into drinking.
Yeah, I'm like that. Don't do it for me anymore.
Nah. It's not worth it for like the next couple of days, is it? You know what I mean?
Not like when 16 with a bottle of 2020, you'd be down and you'd be on it again the next day.
Yeah. But you can't now, mate. Nah, no chance. Like I say, after fights, man, I don't even do that. I'll have a beer, maybe, and then I'll just go home with my missus and get a McDonald's, man. That's literally what I do.
No after party or anything like that.
We'll go for a meal the next day. Like me and like say a group of my mates, we'll just all go out for a curry or something and have a couple of pints then and a meal and that'll do me, man. You know what I mean? Unless someone like desperately wanted to go out, unless we was like, oh, we're going here, we're going there. Like my friends will book the stuff to do. Like they'll be like, oh, okay, we're going away the next day, or we're going to the lakes or something the next weekend, and then the next weekend we'd all go down to the lakes and then just all get pissed up down there. But yeah, it is what it is.
Do anything else apart from fighting? Like, do you do go-karting now and again and stuff like that, or just literally all you want to do is fight?
Literally, I never do anything. All I ever do is fight. You know what I mean? All I ever do is fighting or something to do with fighting. And then obviously like knock around with my mates and do whatever. But all of them love it as well. Do you know what I mean? Because we're all like a close group of friends. We've been friends for like years and years. So they all just love MMA as well. Do you know what I mean? None of them do it, but they're all just nerds. They're all just like MMA fans who just like who buzz off it. So if I go around to like one of their gas, they'll just have like Fight Pass on and be like, oh, we'll watch this, we'll watch that, do this, oh, will you show me this, will you show me that? So just I'm always doing it, always. Everything's about fighting, really.
Do you watch the UFC much? I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course, man. I don't watch it. I've got to admit, I don't watch it as much these days as I did growing up. But I'll still watch it. You know what I mean? I'll still keep my. I'll watch all the fights, really. Yeah. I'll any questions that you'll ask me, I'll know, man. Do you know what I mean? I'll watch all the fights.
Last day, you were saying something the other day. I've only really got into the UK MMA side of it. So since I used to watch UFC live, you know, regardless what time it was, I'd be there watching it. But since I started speaking to guys like you and everyone else, I've hardly got time for it now. I actually love watching all the local stuff. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Like, I agree, mate. I agree. Do you know what I mean? Like, some of them Cage Warriors cards, say like the last 20 Cage Warriors cards or something like that, they're banging. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fights on them are quality fights. Like, a lot of the time, you can look up and down a lineup and say 10 scraps on like a Cage Warriors card, and you can get a good 7 of them. Like, that's a banger. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. There's quality fights all over the show. You don't have to rely on, and it's run well. Do you know what I mean? It's run well. You don't have to rely on the UFC to give you them cards anymore, really. Because the UFC, like say a fight night, there'll be 2 fights on there that I want to watch. You know what I mean? There'll be 2 scraps on it that I want to see. Yeah. Obviously, they have the mega ones where there's like the full main cards quality. But
4 champion title fights and just mental.
That's gonna be good, isn't it? You know what I mean? But like on your average fight night card, there's 2 or 3 fights that are good. We're on a Cage Warriors one. You know the guys who were on there, they're not as high level as the UFC guys, but they're gonna be in a couple of years. Yeah. And you can enjoy the whole card. You know what I mean? There might be like a couple of light heavyweight and some boring fights where you think, all right, this is going to be a 3-round like snooze fest. This one, but the few and far between on a show like Cage Warriors, and that's what I like. I agree with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When do you think the next one's going to be? Cage Warriors? No idea, do we really?
Nah, no idea, mate. No idea. I'd imagine.
Did you get to watch the other one the other night at Manchester?
Yeah. But we couldn't go in though. We couldn't go in.
I know. No one could go in.
Nah. They were saying to us before, like no one's allowed to stick the red through the thing. You know what I mean? No, like you got to stay behind this curtain, do this, do that. Only the corners allowed in. So Yeah, but yeah, I seen it. I didn't see the main event actually. I seen all the fights except the main one, except Devon Stewart. Didn't see that.
Yeah, it was good night fights. The other thing I remember from that night is the shorts. The shorts fight. What a pair of shorts they are. Are you going to be repping some of them soon?
What was that?
Them pair of shorts that they were both wearing. Oh, who was it now? We had the Scottish shorts and the...
Nah, I didn't see it. I didn't
You don't
notice
notice? You must have noticed the shorts.
Nah, man, I didn't notice.
Oh,
I didn't
good,
see.
man. Watch it back. Might give you some ideas.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm a plain guy, me, bro. Just give me that. I'm like, give me them black board shorts, boom, and that's me done. Black board shorts, bare feet, gum shield, chuck me for the other guy too. Don't need any razzmatazz or anything like that. I'm very basic.
Yeah. Just genuinely, just like not interested.
Yeah, man, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I think if I'm in there, if you chuck me in and then the guy comes in and he's dancing around and he's this, that, and the other, there's not one part of me that's going to lose to that guy. You know what I mean? There's just not at the end of the day. Like, I just don't. You're not taking it seriously. Do you know what I mean? You're not. To me, you're not taking it seriously. I understand that you have an attitude and you have like you're trying to promote something and blah blah blah, and you're doing this and you're doing that. But for all the time that you're pissing around worrying about what colour shorts you're having and what this and what that, I'm focusing on punching your head in. You know what I mean? I'm not focusing on all the nonsense. You know what I mean? I don't care about it. You know what I mean? I've no sponsor. I've no this. I've no that. I've got the plainest shorts in the world, black and white, SBG on the side. I'm good to go. I borrow all my teammates' box. Do you know what I'm saying? I've not got I've nothing. Do you know, fight wise, literally every item of fighting that I had up until that Cage Warriors Unplugged was borrowed. You know what I mean? Like borrowed from like the boys at the gym. Of like, oh, yeah, you can have my gloves, you can have this, because all my stuff got nicked about a month before. You know what I mean? Like my car got nicked, all my fight stuff got stolen. Like all the little things that you carry. Great fight comes like the first pair of racks I ever wore, the first this, the first that, all got nicked. And then so everyone had just like donated me the stuff. Like you can have machines, you can like another guy. Yeah, so like none of that shit matters to me. You know what I mean? Like you've just got to do it with what you do. Do you know what I mean? Go in there and fight your best with. Doesn't really matter what shorts you wear or what top you've got on or who wipes your ass for you. It doesn't matter, does it? You know what I mean? You just got to fight at the end of the day, man. So while they're all wasting energy on the shorts and the tickets and the this and the that and the other, I'm just focusing on one thing and winning. That is it. You know what I mean? That's all that matters to me. I'm just going to go in and get the job done and win.
What did you make of, speaking of theatrics, what did you make of Wilder's excuse for the loss against Fury?
God. Oh, he must be so embarrassed. He must wish he didn't say that, didn't he? He must be so embarrassed at that.
I reckon Fury's going to carry a 40-pound boulder on his shoulder for the next one.
He probably will do. Do you know what I mean? Don't say that, because he'd hear it and he would do it, wouldn't he? He'd bounce in there with like 50 pound weight. But nah, he just got battered. Got absolutely starved in, good and proper. You know what I mean? And he's daft, isn't he? Well, he's not daft. He's clever going fighting him again, because he'd get knocked back out for 100 million. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, not that ain't a question in his mind. You know what I mean? The thing in your body. So that's one with a big truckload of money, and he's no worse off than he is now, is he? You know what I mean? Yeah. He goes out and loses. He's expected to lose, so he can go out and lose, because nobody thinks that Wilder's going to win unless he lands a lucky punch. Yeah. Lucky. There's no such thing as a lucky punch, but unless it's going to be saying, shit, do you know what I mean? Like a good heavy shot, but I can't imagine that Fury's going to come anything close to losing that fight. Do you know what I mean? I think he'll steamroll him again if he fought him, but it was brilliant, that first one, wasn't it? It was good. You know what I mean? Just his face. Should we be getting off? Should we be running? Yes, I just loved it. I just loved them. Just the realization, on his face was just, it was beautiful to watch. You know what I mean? Just it reality setting on him. You know what I mean? That he just couldn't do anything and he just got battered. Be fighting and then your body and like good.
Yeah, it was a good night. Just for one, man.
Always, buddy.
You doing any home exercise videos?
Nah, again, that's not. That's not for the real you. That's going to be like, no, I've not even done anything. I'm not going to lie to you.
You've not done nothing, have you? You've literally right, shut down. I'm shut down.
I've not done a thing. Like my girlfriend, I weren't even taking the shutdown seriously, to be honest. I don't do much anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to be out and about and spreading dirt, like germs everywhere and that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be doing much. I'll mind my business. I'll do what I'm doing. I'll walk my dog. I'll come home. I'm done. Do you know what I mean? I was having a week off from the gym anyway, and I run my gym like that. We saw like up at Saul's. I coach up there. So we were just coaching. The same people come in as always come in. Do you know what I mean? It's not absolutely random. It's the same however many people that come in all the time. And we were running up until like last Thursday, and then it was Friday that he was like, that Boris were like, right guys,
don't have a choice.
Like not all the gyms are closed. This, that, and the other. So he was like, right, okay, we'll close in them uncertain situations allowed to not do. Do you know what I mean? So I would have been back in like this week. You know what I mean? I'd have been back in up at SPG this week, but it's not been on. So I've done absolutely nothing, mate. Just sit at home, eat Jaffa cakes, and do you know what I mean? Just watch the clock tick by, man, and just walk my dog, done whatever.
Crazy, isn't it?
I'll probably do a few press ups and sit ups and that, and that's about it. Until I get back in the gym and do what I do best. But
my kids have been doing PE in the morning with some YouTuber. Oh, yeah. Is it? I think it's Jack the PE guy or something like that.
Oh no!
And
Joe Wicks has been everywhere, hasn't he?
It might be Joe actually.
Yeah. With the curly.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him, man. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, that was all right. I remember 12 Gauge have been doing Junior Warriors, like doing a bit of MMA with him. So they're loving it. Actually loving it. He cried on Thursday when he found out the gyms were shutting.
Oh,
crazy.
Terrible. Yeah. But at least he's giving us something to do. Do you know what I mean? At least he's keeping it and which is good. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not. It's like I like say kids and that, for instance. You know what I mean? I can't do that, me. So if I'm coaching, I want to coach somebody who's coachable. You know what I mean? That's why you do it.
There's certain bodies.
It's like we have guys at my gym who are like brilliant with kids. Do you know what I mean? They'll take all the kids classes and they'll be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, come on, guys.
You're not interested.
Nah, I'm not interested at all in it. You know what I mean? Because I know when I was that age, I was like, you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? You tell me, Jack, do 5 press ups, 5 sit ups, 5 squats, this, that. I'm there. I'm doing it from any age. I'm doing it. But I can't do it. You know what I mean? If I say to her, like, I'll be like, this is your stance, and I'll go away and I'll come back and the stance is gone. I'm like, no, there it is. And it's like I've just spent the whole session doing that because I can't get past the fact that they're just not doing it right. So I like that above 11, then I'll coach them. But below then, I can't do it below then. Honestly, it's too hard for me. Drains me.
You got kids?
No.
FCC, the guy, he looks. Any plans for him?
Sooner or later. This UFC call comes. You know what I mean? This UFC call comes.
Is that it? Is that me?
That's the go ahead, man. That's the green light. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I need that money, man. I need that money coming in.
Huge, man. Muscles like we're just gonna.
The night bonus. Then
you won't have any left. You got to give everyone all the gear back first.
Oh no! They donated it, me. They donated it. They're happy to be a part of it. They're happy to play a part. You know what I mean? Like my mate gave me them gloves, and then I went in and then and won that tournament. And he was like, "Cause I give you that gloves, that. Because I give you them gloves." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, nice one. You got some credit there. Some credit to you. All part of the magic, mate.
All part of the magic." Do you ever do PlayStation or out like
that? Xbox. I've got an Xbox, man. I don't use it all.
What? What you got one of them for?
You know what? I had a PlayStation 1 and 2, and then I went from the 2 to the 360, and then the 360 to the 1. You know what I mean?
No good that. You ever got on UFC?
Huh?
Did you ever play UFC on it?
Nah, I like the Fight Night games. I was well better at the Fight Night games. I'm pretty shit on the UFC one. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not good on. I'm not too great on that. I always preferred the boxing ones on the Xbox. But yeah, I just got FIFA the other day, the new FIFA. So just chill and just play that while I'm quarantined. quarantine.
Lockdown.
I'm on lockdown. But I'm not like COD and all that sort of stuff. I'm crap. You know what I mean? I'm useless. So I just never really got big into like online gaming because I'm not good at like first person shooters and stuff like that. I'm shit at them.
I'm shit at them. I still play them, but I am shit at them.
Yes, I've just accepted it. I've just accepted defeat and moved on. You know what I mean? I'm not good at that. Not good at it, man. All right at FIFA. I'm decent on like the Fight Night games, and other than that, that's me done.
Football team you support?
United.
That's alright. Don't have to cut you off.
Nah. I support United, man. Definitely. Yeah. But also, hopefully, the season will get cancelled.
It's bad, isn't it? It's bad, isn't it? 20 years or whatever it is waiting. Can't even make it up.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it, man? They do deserve it, but it'd be so funny. It'd be so funny if it got cancelled, wouldn't it? It'd be good.
Don't know what we're going to do. I've already seen, I think we're cancelling lower leagues or something. It's like, that's it now. Whatever it is. But I don't know what to do.
If they can fit it in before, like, August, they'll do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they will. I don't know if they'll end up being able to, but we'll see. Like, that season will they'll rather wipe the slate clean and just move on with a new season, I'd imagine. But like we'll have to wait and see. They might end up having to cut it short and just giving the. It'd work though if they cut it short and then give Liverpool the title and then just what would they do with all the relegate?
That's the important bit, innit? Relegations, because that's a lot of money for them, innit?
Yeah.
It's like cutting you off. It's like cutting you off for 2 rounds into a fight and be like, right, this is it now. Do you know what I mean? It's fine for the who win it, but
rounds left. Do you know what I mean? I've got 2 rounds left. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's mad. It's a mad one. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. It's like unprecedented times, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Don't know.
It is mental. What actually got you into fighting? Was it boxing? I'm guessing when you were growing up, or were you into like karate classes or like that?
I've always done real shit, me bro. I've always done the real martial arts, man. I went into like I was 5 when I first started doing anything. I went into like a Muay Thai gym. It's like a kickboxing Muay Thai gym up near ours. You know Elite kickboxing.
Right, yeah.
I went there when I was like 5. Yeah, and trained there up until I was like 11, and then I started wrestling when I was 8 or 9. And then I quit doing the kickboxing because it got to the stage where I was like good at wrestling, and it was like, right, Jack, you're competing all the time in wrestling. I didn't compete in like kickboxing, so and I wouldn't be able to until I was like a certain age. So it was like, right, I'm gonna bin this off and keep wrestling. You know what I mean? Because I wrestled internationally from when I was 10, so I was already traveling abroad and stuff like that wrestling. So obviously I was taking that a lot more seriously. So I stuck with wrestling, and then I started boxing when I was like 13, 14, started fighting boxing. And then it got to the point where I was training like stupid amounts. I was training like, it was over like 24 hours a week I was training when I was like 16, 15, 16, just leaving school. I was training all the time, man, like loads. So it got to the point where I kind of like fell out of love with wrestling. You know what I mean? I kind of like, just for loads of different reasons, like there's loads of politics and stuff like that in wrestling, to be honest, and I just kind of fell out with the sport really, and just decided to stick to boxing. And then when I decided to do that, things went up on my things went like tits up boxing wise, you know what I mean? Like the guy who was coaching me boxing left the gym, you know what I mean? And then the gym started splitting up, like everyone who was boxing in that gym started splitting up and going to different gyms and doing this and doing that. So I kind of like, it got to the point where I was like, right, I'm sick of this amateur boxing. I was like 17 years old, turning 18. I was like, right, I'm sick of that, and I need like something new. You know what I mean? So I was either gonna turn professional boxing or go to do MMA and like go down to the MMA gym and make a career out of that. And I went to the MMA gym and I'm currently making a career out of doing this, man. Yeah.
Definitely a good choice, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, do you know what I mean? And it was kind of something that, like I said before, that Cage Warriors thing came along. I was kind of thinking to myself, like, do you know Jack McGann?
No.
Well, he was a good MMA.
Oh,
He's like a good MMA fighter who's now he's boxing at elite. He's boxing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He beat some good guys. He beat like Jack Grant. He beat Jack Grant.
Right, yeah.
He beat some like top level guys.
Yeah.
And he's doing decent in boxing now. You know what I mean? And he moved over in 19, moved over and started boxing. And I'd always kind of thought in the back of my head, like, obviously not like before he did that. I already thought to myself, you could fight pro boxing and fight MMA. You know what I mean? And then just switch between the two because I believe I could be very successful. You know what I mean? In pro boxing. So I thought to myself, like, it might be a good idea to like go and get your pro license and go and have a few fights and do this and do that. And then obviously, because I was just fighting on small shows in MMA, fighting locally and not really getting paid much, and the opportunities weren't there. I kept on getting pullouts, and you know how it is. So and then obviously I got that call to fight on, and I remember thinking like, well, I'm in a position where I just have to win, and I can do that. You know what I mean? I can keep winning. It's like no one, all the power's in my hands. You know what I mean? If I control where I'm going, all I have to do is just perform, and I'm happy with that pressure of just me performing rather than waiting on somebody offering me something or waiting on a little. They'd give me the opportunity. You know, they give me the inch, and I'll take a mile. You know what I mean? Because he was like 38. You know what I mean? So all the power's in my hands now, and I'll just keep winning. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with that. It's all up to me really to just keep performing.
Keep winning, keep your work effort up. Easier said than done, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's it. But I've been working hard I work hard all my life. Do you know what I mean? I'm that type of guy where I could sit down, I could sit on my ass for a month, 2 months, and then I'll get up and I'll blast a 10-mile run out. You know what I mean? I've got them. I've got you've either got show or go. Do you know what I mean? And I've got go. You know what I mean? I'll just keep chugging forward. I think I was like 18. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm one of them guys. Just throw me in the deep end, and I'll get it done. I'll come out on top, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go, mate. But it's been great chatting to you.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's just crazy times, isn't it? Hope you keep safe. Don't be going out. Get that FIFA smashed.
Yeah, man, I will do.
And hopefully the next speech here will either be Cage Warriors title defense or maybe UFC bout.
Hopefully it's that UFC Dublin shot, mate. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, and I'll speak to you then.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
Very over.
You know what I mean? I'd like to think so. It's not like the only thing that they could have said is, oh, you've not proven that you can go out of the first round, and I've proven that I can go 5. Do you know what I mean? I won't have to do that again until I'm the main event. Until I'm a main event in the UFC. Do you know what I mean? I won't have to do that again. So I can believe me. The one thing, like you were saying before, that's given me confidence in is I can go 3 rounds at a hellish pace. Do you know what I mean? I know for a fact if you chuck me in there for a 3-round fight, I'll just everything. Do you know what I mean? I'll take my foot off the brakes and just go full steam ahead. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not. I knew I wouldn't gas anyway. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, you get tired. Do you know what I mean? You're in the 4th and you're in the 5th rounds. You get tired, but that's natural. Do you know what I mean? It's human to feel like fatigue. Do you know what I mean? But you can feel when you're in there with somebody, you can feel like the energy bars going around. You know what I mean? Like they're on the back foot, you can feel they're sagging. You know what I mean? You can feel the sagging, the energy getting drained from them. And I've always got a good scouter for that. You know what I mean? I've always got a good scouter for that, where the guy's energy is and what he's capable of. And like I say, I'm more than confident in mine. Do you know what I mean? Knowing that I can go full tilt 3 rounds. So just chuck me in there, man, and I'll be good to go.
How different is it from doing your 5 rounds in the gym to 5 rounds in well, I mean, you've only done it once, but to the 5 rounds, you know, when you're saying 4th, 5th, you're getting a bit tired. Is it, I'm tired, but I've been here before because I'm a trainer, or is it just completely different scenario? Because obviously, different set of circumstances.
Hey, what? It's the same. It's the same. Do you know what I mean? It is the same, and I wouldn't have thought that it would have been. Do you know what I mean? I would have thought that it would have been different, but nah, man, it's the exact same things. That the guys who I spar with, Like what I was doing is I was doing like say 2 rounds with Antonio Sheldon, and I do 2 rounds with Clockett, and then I do a round with Stapes at the end. And you best believe, you know what I mean, Stapes was coming in at the end trying to take my chin off. You know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing as a tech round with him. Do you know what I mean? There's no such thing as a light round or this round. It's 1 gear. Do you know what I mean? And that's like full gear. That's he's coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be in there, and I'll just done 20 minutes. And then I've got a guy coming in. I know if he can sit in there and use me as a punch bag for 5 minutes and chin me, he's going to do it. You know, obviously, because he's trying to help me. You know what I mean? He's helping himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not doing it because you just don't like it.
Yeah, man. We're training partners. We're there to help each other. But he knows full well if I see him not respecting me and I see him slipping, I'm going to try and take his head off. And he's going to do the exact same thing to me, and that's why that's how you make each other better, you know what I mean? And that's how you keep each other sharp. So when it comes to that, and then I've got a guy who's 135 pounds, who's just done 4 rounds fighting with me, he's not fresh. I've dropped him, but like, I'm not going to be any more tired than I would be against the fresh Stapes in the 5th round. You know what I mean? So you've already done it, but people mentally fatigue themselves. People like mentally fatigue themselves, and they let those negative thoughts rule them. They let those negative emotions, negative thoughts just rule the mind. And it's like they think to themselves, oh, I'm tired. And then you see them thinking, oh, I'm tired. And then it makes them tired. And then the heart rate increases and the rest of the body just shuts down. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking like, yeah, you're tired, but remember when you were sparring and you were tired in the 2nd round, and then by the 3rd round, you're fine. You know what I mean? You suddenly got jigging, you suddenly got your rhythm back and you're moving. That's life, you know what I mean? You can't just get it 100% all the time. You can't be feeling great the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You've got to ride those peaks and troughs, mate. Yeah, you've got to know that when you're down, you're gonna get your uptick again. It's gonna come through. Do you know what I mean? So you just take your little deep breaths, keep moving around, keep moving forward, and just get cracking and get doing what you're doing, because he's gonna have them negative impacts as well. He's gonna have them negative thoughts. You know what I mean? He's gonna think to himself, "Oh shit! If I slip this way, I might run into that." Then while he's thinking that, boom, you do something different to him. He forgets about that. Then bang, you catch him. You know what I mean? You just don't let them negative thoughts just rule your mind, because otherwise you'll fall into it. You'll fall into the traps. You know what I mean? You'll set your own traps. You'll be the master of your own demise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Who do you think is going to be the next champion at SBG? Quite a few doing well now, aren't they? Especially from that Cage Warriors card.
Yeah, probably George.
Probably George, yeah. I think he'll get a next shot.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, mate. Yeah, because I don't know who's gonna. Middleweight, innit? Do you know what
I
mean? That Matthias Frederick, he's champion, and there's Webb, but George and Webb won't fight.
Will they not?
I highly doubt it, mate. They're good. They train together. Do you know what I mean? They train together in the thingy. So I don't. Obviously, I'm speaking for them. You know
yeah.
But I know that they get on well. Do you know what I mean? I know that they train together, and but we'll see what happens there. I think I seen an interview with Webb saying that he weren't sure about having a title fight anytime soon as well. You know what I'm saying? I think I heard him say something like that. Anyway, I reckon like one more for George, and they'll chuck him in. Do you know what I mean? He's a big guy. He's got good grappling, good hands. His striking comes on a lot. He's a freak. You know what I mean? Like freakishly strong. Yeah, man. I think it'll be hard to beat. It'll be hard to beat him at middle. And then obviously Proctor's down in Newcastle. He should probably be fighting McKee, shouldn't he? He should be in versus Reece McKee realistically. He's probably earned that thing more than Reece McKee. You know what I mean? In that Cage Warriors division, full respect to Reece McKee. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, very very good fighter. If he's small and stocky, I like 8 wins on the bounce or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Beating a lot of unbeaten guys. So it's probably going to be them two. It's probably going to be them two. You know what I mean? So it could be either of them, like under the SBG like banner, will be the Cage Warriors champ next. I'd imagine. Imagine so, yeah.
Is there anyone you won't fight?
That I want to fight?
No. Is there anyone you wouldn't fight? You were saying like Webb might not fight with George. Is there anyone that had come up that you wouldn't fight?
Anybody from my gym, I wouldn't fight, obviously, but anyone else can get it. Do you know what I mean? Anybody else can get it. Yeah. Unless Matt's the boss. You know what I mean? Matt's my coach. You know what I mean? So whatever Matt says, I'll do. But I don't think Matt would have a problem with me fighting anybody, man. I can't think of any. I'm not asked. You know what I mean? I'll fight any. I'll fight. I don't have any. I'm not one of them guys. You know what I mean? I don't have any fake. Like I don't. Not regardless of anything I've just said. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
There's guys out there that are like, oh, I'll train with everybody. Oh, I'll train. But then it's like, oh, I'm not fighting him. I've trained with him. Oh, we train together sometimes. So I'm not. So they go around, and you know you are. You know what I mean? They go around and they'll train with like other top guys around their weight class. Like he might be a featherweight and he goes and trains with like the other top three, like a good three top fighters at featherweight in the country. You know what I mean? Who they could be fighting, and then they won't fight each other then because they're training partners and pussies. You know what I mean? It's like you've got your team. You know what I mean? You've got your guys. They're your guys. You know what I mean? If you want to ship a guy in every now and again and have your sparring rounds or do whatever you're doing, fine. You know what I mean? If you, I'm not one of them guys. Like I run a gym. Do you know what I mean? I'm a coach at a coach at a gym, and I'll say to my guys, train anywhere. Like train anywhere you want. You know what I mean? Like I'm not asked. You know what I mean? Go up to 12 gauge. Go up to wherever and get rounds in. Like that's sweet with me. But if we get that phone call in saying you're fighting a guy from there, you're fighting him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I don't owe him any loyalties. You know what I mean? So it's like, and he doesn't owe me anything either. You know what I mean? We're in here doing what we need to do. We'll get that fight going. But them guys who were out there like, oh no, actually I trained with him 2 months ago and he's this, that, and the other, and it's just like I can't be dealing with that. It's like
you either want it or you don't you?
Yeah, you want it or you don't. You know, exactly that. You want it or you don't. It's like, and you see it a lot. You'll know what I mean. You see it a lot. Guys do go around there and they train with each other and oh yeah man, we're all friends and and we're training. But they stab each other in the back. Do you know what I mean? For the spot that for each other's spots on the cards and for the different opportunities. So why are you acting like your mates? Do you know what I mean? Because you ain't friends. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I can box, man, and I'm not bothered about fighting anybody. I ain't got no fake friendships and stuff like that in the sport. You know, everyone from down at SBG, they're all my boys from there, and just like fuck all the rest of them. You know what I mean? If they want to fight, I'm game for it.
How did you get in with Matt? How did you actually end up getting to SBG?
Saul, just copied Saul, mate. Yeah, like he was my coach. And then he started training down at SBG Manchester. And then like for a couple of years, he still coached down at ours. And like coached me when I was an amateur. And then I think I went travelling. And then when I came home, I had my last army fight. And for my last army fight, I went up at SBGs and trained in the morning. And just did all my training there in the morning. And then Saul slowly stopped coaching up at ours and then left the coaching to me and Jake Bond. So we started coaching, and then obviously I trained up there full time. So I trained with Carl, and then now obviously I train under Matt now. Yeah, and Matt's like my full time coach. So I've been doing it for like the past I don't know, probably like probably 4 years. Shit, probably 4 years. Yeah, it's longer than I thought it was. Yeah, probably like 4 years, man. Yeah, I've been going down there. So yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, as well. It's been a good journey on it so far. Like I said, that Manchester card, you headlining and the amount of SPG guys on there, it's just awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good, mate. Do you know what I mean? It was really good. I enjoyed it. Everyone fought well. Everyone did good. The crowd were good. It was a good atmosphere. There were all good fights on the card.
Security not letting you in. I knew I forgot something. Security not letting you through. What was that like?
Oh yeah. They didn't want to let me through, did they?
No, I was looking over. You had your hood up, though. You had your hood up. So I was thinking, oh, this guy ain't getting in here. But you took your hood down. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Jack?
Yeah.
Security weren't having it, bro. We're like, mate, his face is over there.
Yeah, the guy stopped me a few times. I was just looking at him, shaking my head. But I had my wraps on. I just showed him my wraps. I was like, just let me in. You know what I mean? But it's one of them, like, the thingies, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're busybodies, man. The job's worse, aren't they? Some people, but nah, he was all right. Do you know what I mean? They're just doing their job, I suppose. But he let me through eventually. He let me through, but I think they can kind of tell.
You needed to get him ready for a fight.
Yeah, it's not like I'm laughing around, joking, trying to sneak behind. I'm just like,
you weren't happy.
Nah, that's it. It's not, that's it. You've just got to get the job done. Get the job done, and then I'll have a laugh and a joke, and I'll be light-hearted afterwards. But literally an hour before I'm about to be scrapping, I can't be asked explaining to the guy why I'm not wearing a shitty little band around my arm with my wraps on. Do you know what I mean? He thinks I've just got wraps up there to sneak behind us.
to speak to nobody. But all it was there was me and the ambulance crew. There was no one else even there.
They're mad, aren't they? They're mad. I don't know what they think goes on.
Quality. Right, I'm going to let you go, mate. Good hour, that. Appreciate you coming on. All the best with everything, and hopefully I'll speak to you when all this is over and have some a bit of MMA stuff to talk about, mate.
Yeah, sounds good to me, mate. Nice one. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, mate. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Safe, man.